Yeehaw!
This is exactly what living in Texas is like, by the way.
Uh-huh. Got some good news. Just came back from the Toad the Wet Sprocket concert, and the mailman had dropped off the newest issue of PlayStation Underground. So tonight we're going to play that, check out some demos of all the hottest, latest games for the original PlayStation.
Oh, good. All the
What
demos...
am I saying? Original PlayStation. There was only ever one PlayStation. That's all you need. This is a quarterly magazine that Sony mailed out to subscribers. You'd give Sony, I think, $20 or $30, and they would give you these quarterly magazines, which consisted of 2 PlayStation-compatible discs. They were full of demos, videos, all kinds of cool stuff for all the hip-happening gamers out there. And we're nothing if not hip and happening, so let's go ahead and get this started. Alex,
all right, let me
hit that reset button, and away we go. Issue number 2. Now, the first one set some pretty high standards, and this one is supposed to be mostly about Squaresoft and specifically Final Fantasy VII.
From Sony's space... From Sony's PlayStation. I thought that. From Sony's PlayStation comes the greatest hits. All your favorite... From Sony's... I'm sorry. All your old favorites.
Like the soft sounds of
And the gentle crack of Sophia's whip.
even the hilarious antics of Sweet Tooth, that marvelous clown.
And all for just 20...
You fucked up, Grandpa.
Sounds
Grandpa.
Of missiles.
He's sick of our shit already.
The PlayStation's a mere $149. You can also get leading titles.
Like Crash Bandicoot and Jet Moto. Moto.
What's your jet
The
motto?
PlayStation is a mere $149.
Jets are fast. Thank you.
You can also get leading... But wait.
That's
Same,
me.
That's me.
PlayStation is a mere $149. You can get other leading... Oh, no,
Okay. Oh, she's
and
giving
you
me
can also
nothing.
get
Nothing.
And you can also get leading titles.
Like Crash.
Same.
You
Yeah.
can also get leading titles.
Like Crash Bandicoot.
Crash
Oh,
Bandicoot.
you fucked that up on purpose.
It's a party!
Get out. You're fired. So yeah, that was a commercial they showed back in the day for the PlayStation. The commercial itself made them look way more competent than they were at acting. That's a lot of flubs. That's like me when I tried to record an episode of PlayStation Year 1.
That's like me when I talk to you.
So
Yeah, I'm the Tasmanian devil. Everybody.
welcome back to the PlayStation Underground. Of course, when you get this thing in the mail, the first thing you want to look at is the playable demos, because Sony's sending you video games in the mail. Can you imagine? It's like magic. What do we got this month in the vault? I can't wait for... Oh, it's half sports games. Yeah, this was also the risk you ran with PlayStation Underground. Sometimes it would be Sports Month, and there would be a ton of sports games that you just didn't give a shit about. Luckily, this issue has puzzle fighters, so Alex, let's check that out.
Cool. I love to fight puzzles. Just let me fuck them all up.
Yeah, beat 'em up.
Don't get near me, puzzles. You're
Put
dead.
up your dukes.
Capcom.
This may be a little loud.
Okay, yeah, let us know if it's too loud or too quiet, folks.
And yeah, only 4 demos, at least on this disc. There's a couple more on disc 2. So for many people, this was the first they ever saw of this game.
Here I come.
A Street Fighter puzzle game. Didn't necessarily get a lot of distribution in arcades. I never saw it down in San Antonio. Maybe they skipped Texas or something. But yeah, this was the first time I ever saw it, and I played a few rounds, and I know I needed to have it. It was good. You're about to watch me brutally own Alex.
Yes, you are! We practiced this, and I got extremely owned. Here we go!
Here comes the
Little
ownage.
fun time, everybody. Good! Great! I love it!
Hey, I'm giving you more pieces to work with. There you go.
No. Absolutely not!
I've played a lot of Puzzle Fighter. See ya. That's Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, a really good game. A really, really, really good game. I'm sorry, Alex. I love Puzzle Fighter. As good as it is, though, it's only the second best puzzle game on this disc. We'll get to the best one in just a little bit. I think you're gonna like it, though. It's even more obscure than this game, if you can believe it.
I can't believe it. Hey, get your complete copy of Super Puzzle Fighter today.
Yeah.
I got a copy, actually, when I used to work at the video store, and I played it. Well, thank you for coming to my stream.
A full-featured arcade-perfect port of a game you've never heard of before. Puzzle Fighter. P.S. Always pick Ken. The other characters are trash. Also on here is Treasures of the Deep, which I guess we'll take a quick look at. So yeah, back then, this would be your introduction to some of these games. Some of these games just never got attention in EGM or Video Games and Computer Entertainment magazine. Some games, GamePro turned up their noses. They said no. Air Hendrix wanted to do it, but Scary Larry said no. For those games that slip through the cracks, sometimes they would be on a demo disc, and all you need to do is play them to decide if you want to buy them or not. And that was cool. That was a cool time. It's like this game. What the hell is this? This is Treasures of the Deep from Black Ops Entertainment. They made a couple of PlayStation games. There's the helicopter action game Black Dawn. The airplane shooter
Is this a
Agile
Young Pope
Warrior.
game?
Yes, it is a Pope game. You're right.
The Young Pope? No. You're thinking of the old Pope. I mean the Young Pope.
Oh, the new.
Because the new Pope, the old Pope wouldn't play Treasures of the Deep, but the Young Pope
Well, this
would.
is the new Pope. He took to a Sea-Doo or whatever this is, and he's going underwater.
Very cool. Well, good luck, Young Pope. Good luck.
Look at all this cool sea life. Hey, you, diver. Get over here. Quit circle strafing me. Come on. There we go. Got him. This game's great because you can just net everything, including fish. Well, not those fish. Ah, Manta Ray. Took care of that guy. See you later, shitlord. Can also steal treasure. Because that's what the new Pope's all about.
It's the new Coke, but with the Pope. Vatican,
Exactly.
Vatican 3.0.
Ain't no jellyfish on my watch. Oh, we can't net those, damn. So yeah, if you played Black Ops' previous games, they're like this. Free roaming within a small confined area, only this one's underwater instead of above ground. And you can net manta rays.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Manta Ray.
See you. Goodbye. Enjoy the surface. I don't know, I kind of want to play the full version of this now. This looks pretty interesting. Here's the Pope. The Pope hates sea creatures. It's got some nice acoustic music. Yeah, not bad. I think I'll rent it from Blockbuster and then decide not to buy it. The end. We got a lot to get through, so I'm going to be going fast and loose through this disc here. But yeah, 8 different subs, 10 dive sites, 16 unique weapons / equipment. I like how they advertise the different camera angles as 3 different play modes. First person, third person, and dolphin view, or whatever the third one was. Alright, enough of this. It's time for some exclusive content. Exclusive to PlayStation Underground subscribers. Which do I want? Let's try this one. This one looked interesting.
PlayStation offers the strongest games in every genre, and role-playing games are no
The
exception.
strongest!
Love
With the
them.
recent release of Wild Arms and the September release of Final Fantasy VII, PlayStation is becoming the platform of choice for next-generation RPGs, with games produced for the PlayStation console transforming the RPG experience.
Role-playing games in general will give you great stories, great characters, great challenges, and great things to discover. What the next generation gaming is doing is letting you
He's
see
the guy who made Wild
the world,
Arms and
letting you
Final
feel the
Fantasy
world.
VII.
It's very
Wow,
much
that
in your
guy?
face, and you're
Slow zoom in on his
versus
face.
thinking about it.
Role-playing games in the past.
No, he did it
were really
too!
Ah, it must be a
story-driven,
co-pro.
and, you didn't really pay much attention to the graphics of the games because they weren't very detailed. But nowadays, it's more like a movie where you're really, the graphic aspect and the vision is really what's bringing you into the
Graphics
game.
are good, so the
CD-ROM
games are good now.
format makes this movie experience possible.
The extra memory really allows for the developer to put all he's got into the game and really develop the world, develop the characters, develop the storyline to its maximum potential without having to worry about the space limitations of the cartridge.
The differences
gotta
between the
play more Wild
16-bit and
Arms. It seemed
CD-ROM
cool.
formats are especially apparent during battle sequences.
Well, in the opening sequence of Final Fantasy III, you really get to see some of the limits of the 16-bit medium by its a single force perspective in which basically the whole game's played through.
Yeah, more like
With the 3D
Nintendo.
combat system in
Yeah.
Wild Arms for the PlayStation, it really adds to the combat by showing different angles of the attacks, showing a top view when you go in and strike at the opponent, or a farther away view as you
Yeah,
cast
strike
a
at the
spell on a
opponent.
monster, and it really adds to the feeling
Goodbye,
of being
skeleton.
there,
Goodbye,
taking
skeleton.
place in life and death struggle. Before you were looking at these
Look at this trash.
small 8-bit sprites.
thing we have Wild
and you
Arms
were
now.
Trying to identify with that character, while now it's the graphics have really brought it up to something you can identify with. The characters are much more realistic.
Wild Arms sold more
Realism,
than
that's-
260,000
yeah.
copies
That's what
in
I
its
think
first
of when
2
I
weeks
think of the
release in Japan.
PlayStation's
Game Fan
RPG
magazine calls it
library.
one of the most
Extreme
riveting
realism.
RPGs of the year. And Squaresoft's upcoming Final Fantasy VII also breaks new ground. It's already Japan's fastest-moving RPG ever, selling
can't even
1.8
catch
million
it.
copies in its first weekend alone. Next generation RPGs.
Final Fantasy,
capacity
a
of
series
CD-ROMs
on the
lets them be movies
road!
that you feel, not just novels that you read. If you thought you knew RPGs, it's time to look again.
You know nothing.
You clown, you fool!
So that's just an example of the exclusive video content they'd give you in this magazine. Just really basic coverage of stuff, but it was still neat to see these games before they came out. There's also research and development, which quickly became my favorite part of PlayStation Underground, so let's have a look at this. Starting in this issue, they start to devote this section to the Net Yaroze.
Oh!
Now, what's the Net Yaroze, you ask? Well, this is what it is.
Get ready.
You know that great video game you've been carrying around in your head? Only one
Yeah, it
gaming
looks just
system
like this.
offers the opportunity to make games and build skills to become a hot developer. Net Yaroze is a radical new development system that lets you create your own games for the PlayStation. All you need is $750 and the programming
Only
know-how.
$750. Actually, not a bad deal for a dev
That's
kit.
actually a pretty
For
good
years, video
deal for a
games
dev
have been
kit.
driven by, the hit
Oh my
and
God, it's
dodge.
Chris
Now, in the last
Charla!
couple
Oh,
years,
he's a
production
baby!
costs have risen so much
He
that
is but a
people no
tiny
longer
baby.
really afford to make
He's,
a video game in their garage until now. with Net Yaroze.
Microsoft.
Now,
He's
for
the ID at
$750,
Xbox director now.
Joe
Aw.
Schmo in, Iowa can make just as good a
Oh,
game
he's been
as
doing this shit
Electronic
for
Arts
20
if he has the
years.
Well, you
skills.
should feed him! He's
I think that there's
hungry!
a lot of games developed through the Net Yaroze program that end up
Oh, I
as
forgot he used to be
PlayStation
with
games
Next
in a couple
Generation.
years, and you're
That's
going to end
cool.
up with the PlayStation having a much deeper and broader library than some of the other systems that don't have something like this.
Let's do it.
Our vision for the Net Yaroze program is
Yeah,
to
Phil
establish
Harrison.
a new
I'm pretty sure
creative
he's still in the
community
business,
of
too.
home enthusiasts,
Also
software
very young here.
developers on the PlayStation. The creative community, which is the essence
Oh, we
of
were
the
all
Net
so
Yaroze
young.
program,
Ah.
is vested on a website which we will be running,
I
where
love
all of the
websites.
members of the Net Yaroze community will join together in this virtual world and virtual community to share ideas and inspire each other to create newer and more exciting forms of game entertainment on the PlayStation.
I think the Net Yaroze is a wonderful way for someone to get into
The
our
infamous
industry.
Dave Perry.
That
Because I get
guy!
so many letters every day from kids
Mr.
trying to
Earthworm
find
Jim.
a way to convince me that
Oh,
they're the
yeah.
perfect
Among
guy.
other things.
And to be
yeah.
honest, the best thing they could possibly do is send a demonstration, and this system allows them to actually make a demonstration of their talent.
The Net Yaroze PlayStation plugs into the serial port of the member's PC, and the member uses the PC to compile their code, do all of their graphic editing, all of their audio editing, compile the game, download it into the black PlayStation. They can play the game, test the game, debug the game remotely from the PC.
All the exciting
when
stuff.
they're happy with it, they can send the executable
Uploading,
up to
debugging.
the Net Yaroze member website so that they can share
Getting
it with other
approval
members.
on Steam.
All
Yes,
members
that's
need
my
to
website.
do to register is contact our website at
.com/net.
I mean, I get it because of
Yeah,
but
but still.
that's so good.
I'm going to be looking very closely at the Net Yaroze site. I'll be downloading the demos. I'm getting myself a system for home, so you betcha I'm going to be watching for a spark of talent, and when they appear, I'll be sending them an email.
Oh, Dave Perry's gonna give you a job. You get to work on Enter the Matrix. So yeah, Net Yaroze, a consumer-friendly dev kit, basically. Now the big drawback they didn't tell you about was that you can only make games that are big enough to fit in the PlayStation's memory, which is a couple megabytes. Yeah, you can't make games that load off of a disc, because there is no disc. You just do whatever can fit in memory. But still, a lot of games came out of that, including several demos that were later featured on PlayStation Underground. Alex, I'm going to ask you in advance to turn down the volume a bit, because this game's loud.
I think I know this game.
Mm-hmm.
I like this game.
Now, they warn you, these games haven't been tested, so they may crash the system. I always thought that was kind of cool. They knew the risks, and they put them on the disc anyway. Alex and I, we're going to play Funky Beans.
Oh, God.
A true classic. Puzzle fighter, you ain't shit. Yeah, try playing Funky Beans.
Funky Beans.
Funky Beans. Match game.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm not paying attention. I should be paying
Pay
attention.
attention.
Hold on. Turning it up a little so everybody can hear that.
Yeehaw!
This is exactly what living in Texas is like, by the way.
Uh-huh, you just go outside and it's nothing but yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I am messing up badly. Yeehaw, everybody! Oh wait, yeah, there we go.
So this is somewhat like a very simple Puyo Puyo. You just match up two different shapes of the same color and they disappear. There is a competitive aspect. You drop garbage on your opponent. And also, yeehaw! Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! I remember when you introduced this game to me and I was so happy to be introduced to just...
Mm-hmm. Because no other puzzle game really does this. It doesn't... No other puzzle game makes you laugh uproariously at the fact that it constantly says yeehaw. Also, it has frame drops. This is not a well-optimized game.
I can't believe that Funky Beans is somehow not completely bug tested or play tested or optimized. Honey, you know what I have to say to that? Yeehaw.
Is it what I just said many times in a row?
Yeehaw. Everybody?
Yeehaw, everybody. I might not win this one.
Yeah.
I mean, as excited as I am, I still won't stop saying yeehaw.
I mean, I think you take a break by now, but...
2P win. Damn.
I did it.
Let's play one more. Let's get the run back.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, all clear. And yeah, all the pieces are kind of irregularly shaped, so you can't really stack them like you can in Tetris or anything.
It's kind of more just...
Luckily, the game's very generous with the amount of stuff it clears from the screen. Like, if you just remotely touch a garbage block, it'll disappear when you make a chain near it. So the game's not entirely worthless. It's got some
I
spark
actually
of
really like
creativity.
this. This is
I enjoy it too, yeah.
I was gonna say, this is actually pretty good. I'm really having a good time with Funky Beans.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like Puzzle Fighter, where if you're familiar with it, you can just destroy anyone you play.
Oh god.
This one's more balanced,
Yeah.
such as it is.
Means that I can maybe defeat Danny here.
I'm practicing for the Funky Beans finals, coming soon to Austin. Gonna be played at the Cesar
you
Chavez
won!
Convention Center. Hey, I did! Okay, final match. This is where we settle things. All arguments from now on will be settled in Funky Beans.
Funky versus Funky settled the fight.
Holy shit. I also like the fact that that's pretty much the only sound effect. There's no music, just the one drop sound effect, and, of course, yeehaw.
You mean yeehaw?
Yeehaw. Not even an excited sounding yeehaw either, it's just very laid back, very lazy.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
No, I did that.
Also very amused at the idea
Wow.
of a Japanese indie developer just saying yeehaw into a microphone, and that's the result. Oh no!
I won!
Alex, the Funky Beans champion. Master of the universe. Good job, Alex. We did it. Funky Beans, coming soon to a store. No, it never came to a store, sorry. This issue also has The Appointed Station, which, well, you'll see. I guess you can say it's a shooter. And yeah, you can probably see why this became my favorite part of the magazine, because you couldn't get these games anywhere else at the time. No way. You just had to hope that PlayStation Underground would cover them. Note that this is only a test. And yeah, pretty okay looking game.
Wow,
Some
so cool.
nice texture maps. Some interface issues. There's just text seemingly all over the place.
Yeah, but no one's screaming yeehaw.
That's true. That's the one major drawback. But just from these two games, you can see what the Yaroze was capable of. Just whatever you can fit in the PlayStation's memory, it'll run it. And if you have a basic idea for a game, you can pretty much just sketch it out using the development kit. Also, time up, time up, time up.
Time up?
That's The Appointed Station. I think it just runs out of time there. There's nothing else you can do. You've seen everything there is in this game. Tune in next month for more Net Yaroze games.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! How much time we got here? We got enough time. Let me show you one more video that I think is pretty cool. Tech Q&A. Hey, you want to know more about the genius behind Todd McFarlane's Spawn?
Wait, Todd McFarlane is a scorpion?
Yeah.
He lives inside a PlayStation.
Many previously unknown
okay.
facts like that. How is a PlayStation character?
How is a PlayStation character created?
Good question. PlayStation Underground
That's
takes you behind the
Overkill
scenes to
from the
look at the
Spawn
upcoming
series.
Spawn game.
He
For a
looks
comic
like
book image
shit.
of the
I'm
character
so
Overkill
sorry.
Excuse
exists as
you.
a model. First,
He
the
looks
sketch is
exactly
made to
like
plan a
that,
number of
Alex.
polygons to be used for each section.
There,
Polygons are the
see,
building
there's a
blocks
head
of 3D.
and
The
a
designer
couple
plans are
arms.
used carefully to achieve maximum effect. Then a wireframe is created using the polygon scheme planned earlier. Now it's time for texture mapping. You're looking at a wireframe for the character Redeemer, also from Spawn. A texture has been created for each section
Redeemer's
of the
got a
body.
cross on
It's
his
carefully
chest 'cause
mapped
he's
to the
cool.
wireframe.
Yeah, see?
Is he also
Next,
a young
a skeleton
pope?
is added. It'll be the foundation for
Everyone's a
movement.
young pope to you.
Finally, it's time to render the character and see it for the first time in 3D.
It rendered his
Characters
junk
in Spawn
last.
move
Did you
with
see
motion
that?
capture.
It popped in as
This
the
means that
last
real human
polygon.
beings' motion has been recorded by computer, then
Oh,
transferred
this
to the
game
3D
sucks, by the
character.
way.
The result
I don't know,
is
that
lifelike
sky is
action.
pretty
And that's a
hashtag
quick
cool.
look at how a PlayStation character is created.
It's very Spawn. It's very true to the source material. But the question on all your minds right now is, why did PlayStation choose CD over the proven standard cartridge?
Yeah, why would you do that?
Why does PlayStation use CDs
Oh, it's me.
instead of cartridges?
Holy crap, it is
Because
you!
studies show when the urge to play strikes, CDs deliver more of the ingredient doctors recommend most.
Spooky.
Games. A typical cartridge holds 12 megabytes uncompressed. A CD holds 650 megabytes uncompressed. The result? CDs hold hundreds of megabytes, over 50 times the data, of extra game levels and full motion video for longer, more lasting game satisfaction. CDs sound better for the same reason. In a cartridge, all sound must be generated by a sound chip. A CD system can stream audio directly to the TV, as well as use the sound chip.
PlayStation also has wavetable
More
audio,
sounds
thank
can
you.
reach your ear at once for richer music and more gripping effects. You feel better, faster.
Yeah.
Cartridges take months to duplicate. CDs can be duplicated in a day. That's why more developers are switching from cartridge to CD. You get hundreds of titles to choose from. CDs for longer lasting, better sounding, easier on the budget gaming relief. The choice of more gamers and developers worldwide. Not to be taken internally.
Yeah, don't lick it, you perverts.
I was gonna say, don't shove it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, don't
please.
do that either. Come on.
Yeah, don't shove any game things.
It's a
there.
bad idea. It's
Yeah.
bad for resale value. So, we're approaching the end of our allotted time for this demo. So, to sum things up, get your VCRs ready. You have entered the data blast portion of tonight's segment. Just freeze frame through this and you'll see codes for every single PlayStation game available right now. Just frame advance. You might have to rewind if the screen looks distorted.
The data blast.
Data
Here,
blast!
on the retro
Look at all
pal.
those codes.
Oh, that's so good. That's a lot of code.
NHL, Nova Storm, Raiden Project, Rallycross. I'm doing it. I'm doing all these codes. You think I'm joking?
You're really gonna data blast.
That's it. That's the data blast. Tune in next week. Bye.